From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, happy Thursday morning to you. I'm expecting to continue to see a big cool down in the forecast for tomorrow. More showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for tomorrow and Saturday, and maybe Sunday. We'll get into that here in a little bit. And it looks like for the most part should be dry and mild for the second half of your holiday weekend. Let's take a look at that smoke forecast. And yes, it's something we need to continue to talk about because it will continue to be a problem. We're going to be looking at the densest smoke in western Siskiyou County. Eastern portions are the most dense smoke. Is densest even a word? I don't know. Most dense smoke off into eastern Del Norte County, not to mention in parts of Trinity County as well. Now, you can see as we go into tonight, we're seeing kind of a widespread area of smoke moving on in, and then it looks like we see it kind of clear out a little bit. But even Friday morning, we're still seeing some smoke, especially off into parts of Trinity County. All right, so hour by hour, looking at your forecast for today. The inland areas looking at partly cloudy skies. Again, looking at some of that haze and smoke. Otherwise, for the coast, looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-60s. Now, for Trinity County, some haze and smoke out there as well. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, and look at that. Maybe a chance for a stray shower later this afternoon for pretty much everyone in Trinity County, which we'll take a look at futurecast here in a second, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. In the meantime, we're going to talk about some cooler air cooling down. Now, this is important because, number one, this is going to bring our temperatures down significantly. We're going to notice that, especially in the inland areas, okay? But also notice it's an area of low pressure. The air rotates in this direction, counterclockwise spin. So when we look at futurecast, take that into account because this is going to have an impact on the direction the storms move, because some of the storms will be moving from southeast to northwest or maybe from north to the south. It just depends on the positioning of this area of low pressure, right? And depending on where you are. Now by Sunday it moves out, but the cooler air, we're going to watch one storm after another kind of push through Canada and even clip the Pacific Northwest. Now what that's going to do is just kind of keep this cooler air in a bit of a what we call a trough of low pressure right here. What that does is this heat that tries to expand into our region has a hard time doing that because this is preventing and pushing that heat down to the south and east, and we don't warm up as much as we possibly could. All right, let's talk about that rain. And here we are at 2 o'clock this afternoon. See that? Yeah, we're actually seeing a chance for some showers here for parts of Trinity County. Now, it doesn't look like at this point to be a lot of rain, but we're still looking at that potential, not to mention western portions of Siskiyou County. Now, as we go into 6 o'clock this evening, it's all gone, but we're seeing the clouds still in place. We take into around the noon hour on Friday, we're beginning to see showers and thunderstorms develop. And notice we're seeing the storms kind of do this. They're kind of rotating around that area of low pressure. So these storms are going to be moving in that direction, kind of where my hands were going there. Now you can again see as we go into Friday, tomorrow at 4 p.m., now we're seeing those thunderstorms. Now also take it into account here. We're seeing these pretty strong and heavy thunderstorms. What this will do is bring us heavy rainfall at times, gusty winds, potential for small hail. Now the heavy rain will be good in the sense that it's going to help put rain on top of those fires, okay, and help to kind of douse them a little bit here. The problem is we're going to be looking at gusty winds. That can help kind of fan the fires, especially if there isn't any rain over them, okay? But the other problem is if the rain is heavy enough and if these storms are expected to move slowly, that could bring with it the potential for some localized flooding. Now, we're going to talk about that in a little bit more detail because we've got a flash flood watch to tell you about as well. But here we are at 6 p.m. on Friday, still looking at that rain, and even the coast seeing some of it as well. Now, by Friday night at 11 p.m., it's gone. And then on Saturday, here we are again. We're seeing the next round of showers and thunderstorms moving in before, at this point, here's Sunday at 5 p.m. Now, what we're looking at here is known as the GFS forecast model. It's the American forecast model. Now, there's another long-range forecast model that we look at. It's called the European forecast model. Of course, it comes out of Europe. Now, that model, the European forecast model, has been going back and forth on whether or not we see rain on Sunday. For the last few days, it's kept us dry on Sunday. Now, over the last 24 hours or so, it's been showing rain in this particular area here, Siskiyou, Modoc, and Eastern Mountains. Not necessarily a whole lot for Trinity County or even the coast, but it's looking for like now, it will be dry on Sunday. All right, now we take into Monday through next week. You see that? Looking like it's going to stay dry. Now it's going to warm up a little bit, but as I showed you earlier, that's going to pretty much stay out of the area. All right, let's take a look at some of those rainfall totals. And look at this. We're just going to see them slowly begin to build up as we take you through Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday as well. What we're seeing here is that kind of moving out. Now, this is going to take you through Sunday morning. Now, again, by Sunday afternoon, it's all pretty much gone. But there you can see northern Trinity County could see upwards of an inch of rain, maybe around Mount Shasta City and western Siskiyou County as well, around a half of an inch, a little less as you start heading westward. But again, this right here is the area where we have the flash flood watch. And this is at that point where we expect to see the most amount of rainfall at this point. All right, let's take a look at those wave heights. We take you into this afternoon. There you can see along the immediate coast, 2 to 4 feet. Now we'll take you into your Friday. Looks like Thursday night into Friday morning, even into Friday afternoon, those wave heights are increasing. And this, of course, could create some problems here if you do need to be out on the ocean. Here's a look at your marine forecast. North winds at about 5 to 15 knots. Waves from the northwest at 7 feet at 6 seconds. And your low tide will be at 6:48 this morning and your high tide at 1:34 this afternoon. Now, no advisories for today, but that's most likely going to change here for tomorrow, especially as that rain begins to move in. Those temperatures in the mid-60s for the immediate coast. Chance for showers this afternoon for Trinity County. And I don't expect any rain, though, for the inland areas with temperatures there in the mid to upper 80s. Looking at that 7-day outlook. So for Crescent City, I've got a chance for showers for you on Friday and Saturday. I don't expect any thunderstorms, but we can't rule that out entirely. I'm going to keep it dry for Sunday and your Labor Day. So it looks like for the coast, wet for the first half and really not very wet. We're not going to see a ton of rainfall out of it, but we have the chance for showers for the first half of your Labor Day weekend. And then the second half of your Labor Day weekend, it's dry. Now, for the inland areas and for Trinity County, well, it's a bit of a different story here. Now, for Trinity County, possible showers this afternoon, better chances for thunderstorms for Friday, Saturday. Dry for the inland areas today, showers and thunderstorms for Friday, Saturday, drying out Sunday and Monday, and keeping it dry for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Your 7-day outlook for Eureka, there's that chance for showers here for Friday and Saturday, drying out for your Sunday and Labor Day with temperatures in the mid-60s for next Tuesday and Wednesday.